In UK, there are cheap places. You can go into the village side and you can get affordable land. But if you want to be in London, you pay expensive amount. So please, when you're coming to Ghana, you people should respect us more.
Some people would want to start something, just first acquire the land and be like, I'll come back later to do this. Okay, let's get the foundation. I'll come back. That's how a lot of people build.
Building, it is not like cooking food.
Okay.
Cooking food, if the food is not nice, you can still eat it and be fine. Building is a huge investment. And so if you are doing it, you want to do it properly. A rich man will go to the market and buy a whole cow, come and chop it up and put it up in the fridge and eat it for the whole year. But the poor person will say, hey, the cow is too expensive.
Buy 1 kilo.
We'll go and buy 1 kilo. And they'll be using transportation to go to the market every time. And in the end, they would have probably paid 2 times what a rich person would do. Statistics show that at least 30% of all building projects which are started in Ghana are never completed, including government ones. I'm sure you know one project that the previous government started that was never finished. It became a hole, a very expensive hole, about $58 million.
We wanted to even go and swim in it.
Yes. In fact, there are some celebrities who I might DM. They said they never thought of building. They didn't think they could start building until I started making the videos. When it comes to building, the issue of trust. Trust.
Okay.
Trust nobody, trust but verify. There was a huge TikTok influencer in Ghana. Her friend Pa said she was building for her. And then at the end of the day, when she went to check, you remember that story?
I really do.
It's the same way you could have your caretaker or somebody that you've paid to watch over.
Yeah.
But the person will be telling you a different story than what is on the ground. This product helps you to see for yourself day and night. It even has night vision.
Hello and welcome to the Jenny Lifestyle Lounge. My name is Jenny. If you're new here, stick and stay with us because you have missed a lot and there's more coming your way. If you're old here, I want to say thank you very much for being with us from the very beginning. And so today I'm excited to have with me Frank. He's a man who is doing exceedingly well in the YouTube space, especially with real estate. And also he's a guy behind the African Building Hub. He's going to share with us valuable insights of building materials, construction costs, and consultancy in Ghana and beyond. So anyone who is looking forward to building a house or a home for himself or herself should stay with us. Thank you for joining us, Frank. Okay, so before we begin, let's get to know you a little better. So who is Frank?
All right, thank you so much for having me on your channel.
Thank you.
I'm just a very simple guy who wanted to build a house and had a lot of issues, plenty. And based on that, I decided to start a YouTube channel to educate people on the kind of pitfalls and challenges that people would experience when it comes to building a house. So that's who I am.
Okay, so let's talk of real estate because that is what we know you for on your channel. How did the whole idea of real estate come in? Did you sleep, dream about it, or you just woke up and you're like, let's do this? Where from real estate?
Very good question. So formerly, I used to do tech content because my background is in tech and banking and stuff like that. Okay. But every young person, if you ask them their top 3 things when they get money, what they will do, they'll probably say they want to buy a car, build a house, and some will say marry and things, right? So as a young person, I also wanted to build a house. And I bought a parcel of land somewhere in Accra. I paid small stuff for like 2 years.
Okay.
And when I was ready to go and develop it, I lost it. And it was like $20,000 to $30,000.
That's a lot.
Yes. And so I didn't want anybody else to go through that kind of experience because it was really painful. Like my whole life savings. So I created the channel, Africa Building Hub, to educate people essentially on the things they need to know when they are buying land, building, renting, etc. in Ghana. And when I did my research, I also realized that these things, they are very common in Nigeria and other African countries. So I believe that by educating people with my channel, it cuts across the kind of experience you have in the continent. So that's why it's called Africa Building Hub. Sure.
So I was actually going to ask about that, but you've given us the knowledge behind it, and so that's okay. So, and that's actually incredible. It's so amazing. So for looking at it, has there been people you have? I know you're a consultant as well. How is the consultancy going?
It's been amazing, right? The impact we've had since we started this channel in 2022, May 2022, so barely 3 years
Okay.
has been tremendous, right? We've been able to help people build close to 100 homes
Wow.
in Ghana alone. And the consultancy to like almost every weekend, my calendar is booked with consultancy services. And it ranges from people who just want to move from the diaspora to Ghana,
Okay.
right? We have a lot of the audience based in UK, US, Germany, etc., who
Right.
are not Ghanaians at all.
Okay.
And so they need somebody who has experience on the ground to be able to guide them.
Sure.
Then we have people who also were in Ghana but have traveled for a while and they don't know how the things are working again. You
Okay.
understand. So when it comes to maybe purchasing land, building,
Okay.
and many things, they engage us to guide them so that they don't make those mistakes. So that's the kind of consultancy that we've been doing.
I like how you talk with the zeal and passion. It really tells how much you're in love with what you do.
Yeah.
So just give me one consultancy you have given to a client and you look back and you were like, wow, this is a good job done.
I can mention like 1,000 because we have a community actually.
Okay.
So we built a community on WhatsApp
Okay.
so that we can closely relate or interact with the people, because the YouTube video maybe is just one a
Right.
week. But working with the community, we've been able to help people save a lot of money. So there was one client who brought us their bill of quantities, like an estimate given to them by their contractor.
Okay.
Okay. And when they sent it to us to review for them, we looked at the amounts, and the iron rods that they needed to purchase, even for the foundation, was more than 10 tons.
Wow.
And we asked, why are you building skyscraper or bridge or something? Most people generally going into building, they don't have any idea how much it costs. So when the developers or artisans see that you are naive, then they tend to overinflate the prices.
Right.
And we're able to save this guy over 80,000 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
On the estimate. Now, another one was someone who needed plastering. Plastering, like you've built the house, you've done the block work and everything. Plastering, keke, so that I can do your painting and things. He was given a quote of 240,000 cedis for plastering.
You don't say.
240,000 cedis can almost build somebody a one-bedroom house with swimming pool.
Yeah.
And we were able to look at this one again, and some of the masons that I trust, I recommended to him. And he was able to do that thing for less than 40,000 cedis. So I've saved this person 200,000 cedis.
I get a vast difference.
That made me realize actually the impact is huge, really huge. I traveled to Dubai last year, right? And in the elevator, I met one guy who was like, at Dubai, they have people who stand in front of the elevators and then they press the floor that you are going to and all those things. And he was a Ghanaian, he recognized me. Right, and then he showed me, he has been watching all my videos. He opened YouTube, showed all those things. He has watched every video. Because of me, he has bought land. This is the land and all those things. And I realized that the impact is very, very, very huge.
Wow. Well, talk of these materials and all that. Your channel focuses on building materials and then the cost of construction, all those things. Why do you think this information is very valuable to your audience?
A really important question. So there were, I think, 3 or 4 reasons why I decided to focus on it. Right. One, nobody was doing it, so there was a gap in the market. 2, I realized that in Ghana, we don't really document our history. So we don't have records going back maybe 20 years. If I ask anybody what the price of cement was 20 years, they don't know. Right. And I feel that it's really important that as we embrace technology and we move into the digital age, we should be able to have historical records. If you go to Google, they are able to give you what the dollar was in 2012.
Right.
But we don't have prices of building materials. So we can't even tell that from one MPP era to NDC and this is what it was. People just say anything that they want. So I wanted to have historical records so that if you go on YouTube and you search for price of building cement in 2022, January, you will find it. And as long as the channel continues, and even we are creating like a website where you can track all these things. So that was one. Having proper documentation to see the way the prices have been increasing. And it even helps anybody to see, oh, if you had started your building project in 2022, maybe you would have spent for a 2-bedroom house, you could have used 50,000 CDs to build. But in 2025, you are going to use maybe 500,000 CDs to build that same 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the way the prices have increased, you understand? So for like research purposes and all. Then the second one was the transparency.
Okay.
When it comes to building, many people, like I said, they don't have any idea what it is, especially the people who don't live in Ghana, who can just get up and go to the roadside and ask. Many people who are building, from my personal experience and doing this consultancy business, are not in Ghana, right? And people tell them that the price is this, meanwhile it is not that. So when they come to my channel, they don't need to go and ask anybody again.
Right.
They themselves can check and then be informed.
Right.
So that's why we also continue to do the prices of building materials every single month, or sometimes even every week we update it. And I have a team now, so we're able to get it from different places and different areas, because sometimes the price of maybe sand, just sand though, in Accra is different from the price of sand in Tamale. So it helps everybody to know that wherever you're building, you know what the price is. Right. And it makes it very transparent. And then also letting people know how much it will cost them helps them to plan their finances.
Let me get into the transparency aspect you were talking about. You know, for someone to trust a brand that is in Ghana, in Africa, there comes with a lot of misconceptions when you're going to build in Africa. Just give us some of the misconceptions people have.
Misconceptions, especially for the people who are in the diaspora. They think that Ghana works the same way that UK, US, Germany works. It doesn't work that way. Right. So let me give you an example. I had a lady who was Jamaican by birth, but she moved to the UK to live there. Then she came to Ghana to visit once, and she liked the place, and she decided that in the year 2020, during the pandemic, she didn't want to live in the UK again. She wants to come and live the rest of her life in Ghana. Right. And so she went to a conference with, like a real estate conference. And some developers came to sell their, stuff, houses and stuff in UK. And she felt she had seen a property that was like within her budget. So she came to Ghana to look at it, or she saw the land where it would be and all that. So they said, let's say it's going to cost £40,000 to have an apartment on that property. Right. And this is the duration that's going to take. Maybe in 6 months, it's going to be completed. But I know in Ghana, people can give you time that let's have a meeting at 10 o'clock, but 10 is when they are leaving their house.
Exactly.
Right. So when she heard that it's going to take 6 months, she calculated everything to that 6 months, went back to the UK, packed her things, stopped the work she was doing, and came. Right, like on the 5th month, knowing that, in the 6th month, so she's going to rent for 1 month and move. When she came, the land was still there. The work had not even started. Now, this person has stopped her work that she's doing, right? Because she was like, I'm on retirement or whatever. I'm just doing some small gig. I want to come and Ghana is cheaper than UK. I want to come and live here for the rest of my life. And the work has not started. And she has to be staying here and be renting. You understand? And she doesn't know anybody. So the major misconception is they feel the way systems work in the UK or US is how it works in Ghana. And so many of them get reality shocks where in US and UK and other countries, if you purchase things like, let's say, tiles, transportation is part of it. If I purchase something from Amazon, delivery is free, right? I get my delivery shipped to me. But in Ghana, if you go and purchase iron rods, you need to go and find a car that will carry the iron rods and pay that driver as well. Do you understand? So there are a lot of things that they need to be aware of so that it doesn't shock them too much and they don't waste too much money. So that's number one misconception. The second misconception is that because Ghana is like a third world country, right, and our economy is not doing so well, they think that Ghana is cheap. But Ghana is not cheap. Ghana is not cheap.
I know, right? I know.
Ghana is expensive. In fact, Ghana can go toe to toe with US and UK when it comes to price.
I know.
And so they expect that, when I come and I want to buy a house, I should be able to buy a house for $2,000, $5,000, because you people, your roads are not good. So they don't understand that there's a place in Ghana where they are selling land for $1 million. You understand? They don't understand that you can go to our East Legon Hills and buy land for $100,000, just land. They don't understand that cantonments is expensive, $500,000 plus. So usually when we post anything around land, they say, how can you be selling land in Ghana for anything more than $10,000? Because I can get a house or a land in US somewhere or UK somewhere at that price. But what they don't know is that the same way they value their US and their UK, it's the same way we value our Ghana.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So once someone is willing to pay a lot of money in Ghana for a property or a land, it's the value that a person places on it. We are in Ghana, but we feel that, cantonments, Labonis, Legon, they are the Shepe areas, Jolu and things, right? That's what we feel. It's the same way that you feel that Los Angeles, California and things are the high expensive areas, London and things. In UK, there are cheap places.
Okay.
You can go into the village side and you can get affordable land. But if you want to be in London, you pay expensive amount. Maybe so.
It is.
Exactly. So please, when you're coming to Ghana, you people should respect us more. The fact that Ghana is poor doesn't mean that everybody here is poor. People in Ghana are willing to pay a lot of money for the land and the houses over here.
Now tell me, what are some of the common trends you have seen when it comes to these constructions and all that, again, in Africa?
All right. So from where I sit on a lot of data, right? So from the comment sections, the emails we get and our community, we sit on data from like people who want to build side and then people who want to sell side, right? So the developers, etc., the real estate developers. Now, what we've seen is that the developers, they don't really use a lot of data in putting up their house. They just feel, I want to put up this house and sell it and make money.
Okay.
So one thing is people are building big houses, 5-bedroom house, 6-bedroom house, right? But the people who are buying, they don't want to buy 5-bedroom house, 6-bedroom house. So one trend I've seen is people are moving more towards 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms at most, right? Meanwhile, developers are putting up 5 bedrooms, 6 bedrooms and selling it and nobody is buying it. That's the number one trend. People are moving to smaller sized houses. The number two is people are looking at saving costs because globally, money is not available. So any way that they can save costs, they are moving towards it. And so our homes in Ghana, many of them are blocks, concrete and stuff. People are looking at like more cost efficient ways of building, right? So people are looking at bricks. They are cheaper. They make the room cooler. You don't need a lot of air conditioning. When it comes to roofing, our olden days, you see the tiles and things. They are moving away to the hidden secret roofing. It's cheaper in terms of materials, wood, roofing sheets, and all those things. So people are looking at ways to just cut down. And people are not buying big plots of land any longer. Even half plots, quarter plots, people are doing amazing with it. And then in Ghana, Dumso is a thing. And this is not political. All the governments that have come have experienced power outage. So people are looking at investing in solar. Right. And even recently, I hear that there's a shortage of petrol or something. So we are probably going to have an energy crisis. Right. And so people need to also invest in these kind of things. So you may not need to have a full solar setup at home because it's very expensive. But there's more that will power your fan so that you and your partner can sleep. Because some people, me like this, I can't sleep when there's heat. I sweat a lot. Children cannot sleep when there's heat. Right? And a lot of people are also working remote. So they want to have small that will power their laptops and phones for them to be able to work. So those are some of the trends that I've seen. Eco-friendly houses and stuff like that. People are moving to. Even people want to build with mud houses again. Especially those coming from the diaspora. There's something called rammed earth that people like a lot. So they see the way we used to build Atakpami houses. It's easier to build, faster to build, and people are moving in that direction.
You keep hitting on the cost, cheaper, and I know your channel also highlights on, cost and all that. What are some of the key tips you will give to your viewers who are looking to purchasing materials that cost less but not compromise in quality?
So the good thing is now when it comes to the most commonly used building materials, the most commonly used ones are cement, iron rods,
Yeah.
blocks, wood, chippings, sand. Those are the most common ones. You use it throughout your building project till you're done. So the good thing is there are brands now, there are alternatives. At first, there was one major producer in Ghana, Gasem, right? But now they are playing Tisema, Super Sam, all those guys are around. And so there's competition. So you don't just go for anything that they give you. Do a lot of comparison before you purchase.
Okay.
That's number one, to save money on materials. Do a lot of comparison.
Okay.
Two, sometimes there are seasons where people don't build, especially the rainy season, because your workers will not go and stuff like that. So usually it's slow. The season is a very slow season.
But some also say that is the moment you should to be able to tell if your land is, is good enough, can it sustain this weather? Because sometimes when it's rainy, it's a waterlogged places and all that. So people look forward to looking at these places during the rainy season.
It's good to have those at the back of your mind. Like you go and look at your land that you want to buy during that period.
Okay.
But the practical experience is that May, June, July, it can rain every single day. It's raining.
Yes.
And many artisans will probably not come to site.
Okay.
Do you understand? So generally what I've observed is that during that period, it's just slow. It's a slow season. So people tend to pause their building projects.
Right.
And then they continue. Else, when the artisans, they come to site, there's a way that you can pay them. You can pay them by day or per contract basis. Okay. So if you are paying by day and I come to site today and it was raining and I couldn't work, I'll still collect my money.
Right.
So people who want to avoid the cost will say, then you wait when the rain stops, or when there's no rain, then we work. You understand?
Okay.
And so during those seasons, people generally don't buy building materials.
Okay.
And so the sellers also do discounts. So you go and buy it during that period. You understand?
Yeah.
Then always look out for the seasons where there's a lot of discounts. So the Christmas, the Muslim holidays, the Easters and stuff like that. Yeah. The Independence Days. Generally, merchants like Father's Day, Mother's Day.
Right.
Most of the sellers, whether tiles, furniture, air conditioners, they do a lot of discount sales. Right. So you plan, you buy around that season. And then when you are purchasing, buy in bulk.
Okay.
And buying in bulk allows you to be able to negotiate. Because if I'm buying just one bag of cement versus you who is buying 10,000 bags of cement,
right,
you will get a discount.
Exactly.
Me, I won't get a discount.
Yes.
And that's one thing that rich people do that poor people don't do. A rich man will go to the market and buy a whole cow, come and chop it up and put it up in the fridge and eat it for the whole year. But the poor person will say, hey, the cow is too expensive.
Buy 1 kilo.
We'll go and buy 1 kilo. And they'll be using transportation to go to the market every time. Yeah. And in the end, they would have probably paid 2 times what a rich person would do.
But you can't blame the poor.
Oh, I can blame them. Why can't I blame them? It is my math. I'll blame them.
That's why we are here to learn. So there should be proper management and saving before you look out to building. Because some people would want to start something, just first acquire the land and be like, I'll come back later to do this. Okay, let's get the foundation. I'll come back. That's how a lot of people build in Ghana, if I am not wrong.
Yeah, I think you have a very solid point. And that's one of the mistakes I see Ghanaians doing in Pan. Okay. So, building, it is not like cooking food.
Okay.
Cooking food, if the food is not nice, you can still eat it and be fine. Right. Building is a huge investment. There's no building that is cheap. Right. And so if you are doing it, you want to do it properly.
Sure.
And it's like, let's say you buy, what's your dream car, your favorite car?
Currently, I want Lexus.
Great stuff. If you buy your Lexus, if you have an issue with it, will you go and give it to any roadside mechanic?
Not at all.
You probably want an expert who's had experience working on it, right?
Yes.
The same thing with building. Many people don't want to go to the experts because they consider or they feel that they're expensive, right? Experts are expensive. That's what they say. But you will not buy a Lamborghini and go and give it to a Toyota mechanic to repair it for you. So if you are building a house which is expensive, you want to also get an expert.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying this is what I've seen with many young people who are building in Ghana is they don't know how much the house is going to cost. And so they are doing pay as you go. And in the end, they get stuck. And there's a lot of uncompleted buildings. In fact, statistics show that at least 30% of all building projects which are started in Ghana are never completed, including government ones.
Oh.
I'm sure you know one project that the previous government started
A
that
lot
was
of
never
it.
finished.
A lot of
It became a hole, a very expensive hole,
Yes.
about $58 million.
We wanted to even go and swim in it.
Yes. When you are building, your money goes into it and it's not coming out. It's not like a business venture that you can say, oh, if I go and buy phones, when I am hot, like when I'm in need of money, I can sell the phone. But they're building your money, your whole salary, everything has gone inside and it is sitting there uncompleted. You can't even sell.
Yeah.
Bushes and things will begin to grow in it.
Yes.
So plan, get a quantity surveyor to give you a bill of quantities and it will tell you that, oh, foundation will cost you this amount. The main structure will cost you this amount. The roofing will cost you this amount. Then if you know what your salary is, you can plan, oh, this year I'll do up to this point. Next year I'll do up to this point. Then at least you are managing your finances. Hey, I've seen people who, Charlie, they start building, they lose weight, serious, think they are sick, but Charlie, their money and everything is finished. They go around begging
The pressure with it.
because they didn't plan properly.
Those were some great and amazing tips you just gave us right there. But I just want us to just do this real quick. I want to ask a few questions
Okay.
about lands and all that, and I want you to give an answer. You don't have to think about it.
Okay.
So I ask you answer. That's good. But it's in your field, so it's still real
Sure.
estate. Okay. So what's your stance on the use of land guards?
Charlie, we for disband all the land guards for Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do land disputes seem so common in Ghana?
Because the electoral, commission, lands commission.
Okay.
Because we don't have a proper system when it comes to lands commission and lands documentation.
So talk of land documentation. What's the one thing or how will someone get to know the authenticity that this document is right?
So they have to go to lands commission, and that's why I was saying that one issue we have is the land documentation. If it was digitized, you can just sit at home, put the land title number, you get the result of the person who is selling it to. But we don't have it yet.
Okay. Let's go on. How can someone verify authenticity of land documents before purchasing?
There are the legal ways,
Okay.
and then there's common sense way. The legal way is that get a lawyer.
Okay.
The lawyer will help you to do the search.
All right.
Go to lands commission. You get a surveyor to come and plot the land and check the coordinates. Go to lands commission. Check and see if the name of the person who is selling it to you is the one in their records. That's legal way. Common sense way is that don't pay all your money at once.
Okay.
Pay small that you can afford to lose. Number 2, start something before you pay everything.
Okay.
Once you start something, if there's litigation on it, the other people will just appear like magic.
Sure. What are some of the warning signs that land might be under dispute? The warning signs that some lands might be under dispute.
Wow. So 1, there are some areas, they are known for disputes.
Okay.
Kaswa used to be like that. You understand? So you can just search for the area and then add land issue to it. You get a lot of cases and police reports.
All right. How much does it realistically cost to build a standard 3-bedroom house in Ghana today?
There's no correct answer.
Okay.
The
Not
reason is
even,
that your standard is different from my standard.
Okay. What hidden cost should buyers expect when purchasing land in Ghana?
Digging fee.
Okay.
People who are not working, lazy people in the area. Once you start digging, they'll come and tell you for pay digging fee. Number 2, land guards.
Okay.
You need to be paying small money to them to leave you alone. Number 3, you need to also sort, like you just be sorting people. Yeah.
How should someone decide on the best location to buy a land?
It depends on the money you have.
Okay.
Because all of us want to live in places with good roads, but see where I live. Baller Road. Because my money no go reach with the places that have good road. So it depends on the land. But Accra is overrated and overpriced. If you go to a Brie, Kosombo, Ho and things, they are nice places, good roads, and the land is also not expensive.
What permits and legal process must be completed before starting construction in Ghana?
Building permit. So you go to your municipal assembly and then they give you the building permit after they've come to examine the place.
Is it worth hiring a real estate agent, architect, or contractor for building projects? Why or why not?
Yeah, it's worth it if the people are legit and then they also have integrity.
Okay.
If they don't, that's the why not.
So these were some great tips and free knowledge for people who want to build in Accra or wherever you want to think of. I hope you are learning from this. Okay, so let's get into your consultancy. Sorry.
Yeah.
What are the services your consultancy offer?
Okay, so we do everything from designing to building.
Okay.
So designing means architectural drawings, structural drawings. Building means the actual construction.
Okay.
We do supervision, project management.
Okay.
We also provide bill of quantities for people to know how much it's going to cost them for any house that they have the design for. So the kind of question you were asking about how it will cost for a standard 3-bedroom house. If you had the design, then I could tell you, oh, this one will cost like this.
Okay.
You understand? Yes. Then we also provide artisans that you can trust for your building project. So those are the things that we do. Then anyone who wants any kind of knowledge or guidance on building, buying, land issues in Ghana, they can come to us and then we guide them.
What is the most rewarding part of what you do?
The impact, like I said, it's right now it's become a bit difficult for me to even go out and be myself, right? And it's not the popularity I'm talking about, it's the impact.
Okay.
So I could be having like lunch with my family at a restaurant and then people walk up to you, hey, I've been watching your videos. The last time I was at Achimota Mall, I was in a very long queue about to pay. Then one gentleman came, oh, are you the Africa Building Hub guy? I saw you from far away, Charlie. Your videos have blessed me. And then he pulls out his phone. He has some project at Pokwase. In fact, the other day, I was coming from a trip at airport. You know, at arrivals, there are like 1,000 people who are standing there.
Right.
Hey, Charlie, and me, I was wearing my cap and I was even wearing a nose mask so that nobody will see me.
Okay.
And I was looking for my wife, and then this guy came and said, it's like he knows me. I said, no, I'm not sure. He says, no, I'm not the one who has been posting videos on social media and stuff. I said, no, I don't think it's me. And my wife found me and said, he's the one. Then this guy says he wants to take a picture with me because I've helped him so much. He used to waste money on so many unnecessary things. But since he started watching the videos, now he's focused. He started a building project. In fact, there are some celebrities who are in my DM and they said they never thought of building. They didn't think they could start building until I started making the videos. And from time to time, they send me pictures and videos of how the project is going. Huge celebrities that you know, but I just want to keep them anonymous. And those things make me very fulfilled.
Right.
You understand the impact.
Right. Looking at handling your channel and also having to do consultancy, I know it comes with a lot of challenges. How are you able to cope with that, and how do you manage it?
Charlie, how I manage there, it's very difficult.
I know
right?
the calls are coming in every day and all that.
So I've built a system, and like I said, I have a team now. So it's not just me. I have video editors, not one.
All right.
I have like a business management team. So for me, apart from the clients who want consultancy and building services and all that, there are also the brands who want to advertise on the channel and all those things. So I couldn't have managed all that alone. So I have a team of about 6 people who help me to manage that. And then I also have my corporate work that I do, right? So I need to be able to find time to balance all these things. So usually the content, we create it batch on weekends, Saturdays, Sundays. We create like maybe 10 videos. Then the editor edits them, posts, and then responds to the comments and all that. Then my team handles the emails and all those things, so that as those who have booked the consultancy that we talk to and all that. So it helps me to manage my time.
So what's next for African Building Hub? Are there any exciting content and projects coming up? What should we expect? Tell us something.
All right, so it's a really good question you've asked. One thing we've seen is that supervision of projects has become very difficult, especially for people, even in Ghana. you could be living in Accra, but you are building in Kumasi. And you don't know what is happening at site.
Right.
Sometimes they'll tell you that, oh, they have come to deliver 100 bags of cement. Meanwhile, they went to deliver 50. And the other 50, they are taking it home to do other things. So we came up with this product.
Okay.
You can take a look at it.
Okay.
It's our first product. You can see it's branded Africa Building Hub.
Okay.
So this is a solar wireless camera.
Okay.
And it has been a game changer for the industry because a lot of people in the diaspora are really buying it. Now, nobody needs to tell you stories. You
I want to
yourself
assume
can.
it's to survey the land.
Exactly.
And everything.
You can monitor
Okay.
the progress of your building project. You can even use it after you've moved into your house.
Oh, that's a
Right,
good
so
initiative.
whether
Typically, like
there's-
a
yeah.
CCTV camera.
It's a CCTV camera, but this is solar. You know, mostly when you are building, there's no electricity at site.
Oh, yeah.
So the solar allows you to power it.
Okay.
And it uses a 4G SIM
Sure.
that you put into it, right?
Okay.
You put your normal 4G SIM, MTN, Vodafone, whatever.
Okay.
And then you can watch the video anywhere in the world. In fact, you can
Wow.
control the camera from anywhere in the world. So that's one of the first things that we are doing to help the community. The second one is we started a series on hidden gold, like places in Ghana that people don't know of, but they should buy land in those areas because one, the area is good, the houses there are nice, and the price is very affordable.
Okay.
So that people don't go to the overrated places.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. I take a closer look at this, and this is actually a good initiative. But I want you to throw more light on it. I see a speaker here. What should even an owner expect owning this? Because I can actually get someone to safeguard my land without looking at all this. Because this would, in as much as surveying the land, not see every detail of what people will be doing on the land. So tell us more.
It's
what
a good
actually
question.
We should expect.
It's a really good question. You know, but in Ghana, they say, who watches the watcher? And when it comes to building, the issue of trust,
Okay.
trust nobody, trust but verify. Okay. There was a huge TikTok influencer in Ghana who her friend Pa said she was building for her. And then at the end of the day, when she went to check, you remember that story?
I really do.
Exactly. So this friend was collecting money from her every day and saying, oh, we are taking this number of cement to site.
Right.
We've taken this number of blocks. The masons are there. And she said she spent about 300,000 cedis. And she had never gone there because she trusted the
lady.
person. It's the same way you could have your caretaker or somebody that you've paid to watch over.
Yeah.
But the person will be telling you a different story than what is on the ground. This product helps you to see for yourself day and night. It even has night vision. Apart from that, you know, sometimes the workers, they'll go to site too, but don't go early. I told you that in Ghana, somebody can say, let's meet at 10 o'clock, and they'll come at 12.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they will come and collect full day work. They are supposed to start at 8, they'll go at 10, and they are supposed to close at 5, but they'll leave at 4. This one will let you know. It automatically sends you a notification when somebody is at site.
Okay.
And even records a portion of the video and saves it for you.
All right.
So you can hear even when they are talking about you. Maybe they are planning to do something to you or to steal something.
Wow.
They have no idea. You just hear everything. And they can also see at night. And you can even talk to them.
That's what the speaker is meant for. So you can communicate.
You can communicate.
No matter
Two-way
where
communication. You can listen, you can talk. And it also has a siren. You know, nowadays, stealing of electrical wires and things is very common.
I was going to ask about that. What if? Okay.
So this one, you can set it so that if it sees an intruder, it makes a lot of noise. See the way the siren is big?
Yes.
It is huge. So it makes a lot of noise, and the intruder will know that, Charlie, you are watching them, and they will run away. So it's helped a lot of people. Let me give you one final example.
Sure.
In our WhatsApp community, somebody had a caretaker that was living in their house. You know, when their house is still uncompleted, you don't want to come and live in. So you get a caretaker to come and... This caretaker was doing things in the house. Hey! When we went to install it for them, the next day he came back on the WhatsApp and said he's so grateful that we came up with this product. Apparently, the caretaker brought like 50 people to come and do a party in his house. Your house that you are building, that you are suffering, no. You haven't lived in one day. Somebody is doing party.
Can you imagine?
And sometimes too, boys and girls go and do bad things in your uncompleted building.
Right.
People go and shiwi, people go and do things to the girls and things like that. You understand? This one will see them and tell them that, Charlie, it is calling police. You can program what you even say. You are being watched. Call the police right now, or we are calling the police. It's an intelligent, smart solar camera. So many things you can do with it.
Wow. If we want to give you the chance, I know you can go
Oh,
on
1 month
and
I'll
on
talk
and on
about
and
it.
on and on. And so if someone wants to grab one, how is it the easy access in getting it?
Oh,
What do
so
they
the
need to
person
do?
can just send us an email,
Okay.
which I'm sure you show on the screen,
Sure,
or
sure. We'll do that.
yeah,
We'll do that.
reach
We'll
out
do
to
that.
us on our socials, Instagram and TikTok. We'll respond
Wow.
immediately.
Okay. All right. So before you leave, I want you to give us your final words. And with that, I want you to tell us. I know you've been a victim of where you had to pay for a land, and then at the end of the day, you didn't have the land. A lot went into it. With that, advise people who are watching what they need to do. I mean, anybody who wants to build, just give an advice using your story.
Number one, assume everybody is out to scam you. Don't trust anybody, even if it is your parents who are recommending the person selling the land. Don't make that mistake. Even if the person is a pastor, imam, don't trust the person. If you do that mistake, you will lose a lot of money. I lost over $20,000. Number two, if you are building a house, forget Accra. Go to Ho, Koforidia, Ebri, etc. Land is cheaper. For the one plot in Accra, you get 10 plots in other regions. And with time, those places will expand. Number three, make sure that you are not building a big house, because when your money goes, it will never come. Number four, if you build a house and you alone, you cannot clean the inside of the house, it means it is too big for you. Number five, if you are building a house and it's going to take you more than 3 years to build, it means it is the wrong house that you are building. No house that you are starting should take you more than 3 years to build. It means you don't have enough money. Stop or build a different house. Number four, it is better to build a 1-bedroom house with swimming pool than to build a 4-bedroom house that will take you 16 years to complete. Number five, when you are building your house, don't go and put your master bedroom upstairs. Tomorrow, your knees will be weak. You will not be able to climb the stairs. Put master bedroom downstairs. I give you plenty, or make I give you more. Me, I go fit give you pointers.
Thank you so much, Frank, for coming. Actually, this has been an exceptional conversation that I know people pay millions to get this. And I want to say thank you for granting me this interview. Thank you for making it. And you guys, the advice they have given, I don't know where you're going to get it at. If you make this slide, I need to count the number of years the next economy will come. I mean, the next government will come for you to build. So make good use of it. Grab a lot of sense from this, and this should help you make a decision today that you need to build on your own. Not forgetting this amazing technology that is out. I hope when you start to want to build one day, you won't leave this out. And also, try and follow this gentleman on all his socials. Hop on African Building Hub. It's going to help you a lot, his consultancy and all that. Before you leave, I want to tell you to subscribe, like, and comment. And I'm going to see you again. Bye.